Oh, hello. Hi, it's been a while. I got new bookshelves. Anyway, I need to take a shower. Don't look, don't look, don't look. Okay, so I know what you're probably thinking, which is, Brannon, why don't you go to the Grand Canyon? Well, I'm going to go to the Grand Canyon. Right now. Oh frick, I have to pack. Okay, but seriously, whose idea was it to put suitcases inside of other suitcases? This is one of the most ridiculous ideas I've ever heard of in my entire life. This is a stack of shirts. Alright, so what are my goals here? Goal number 1, I hope to write a lot on this trip. Goal number 2, I hope to listen to a lot of music on this trip. I'd like to focus on health this trip, and probably other stuff. I have one notebook that I'm bringing to write poems in, another notebook that I'm bringing to write other things in, and I'm bringing my laptop to work on a novel, all of which will be happening while I drive. I'm kind of a multitasker, so this is gonna be fine and safe and not dangerous. That looks good. Okay, I'm ready to go. As I'm about to leave, I'm going to write my first poem. This poem is called Leaving Right Now. Off in the distance is another distance, and in that distance is another, and another after that, and another after that. And grass is really just planet Earth's hair. But I'm leaving now. Goodbye. And with that, it's time for us to roll out of here. I need gas! My plan was kind of to try to stop every 2 hours and get out and jump around a bit to keep my blood flowing and my brain. I feel fresh. I feel great. I am on my way to Iowa. I was a bit sleepy there for a second, but I didn't sleep. The music that I listened to starting out, I listened to The Carpenter by the Avett brothers, and then I listened to Lovin' God and Lovin' Each Other by the Gaither vocal band, and I was just starting Nonagon Infinity by King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard when suddenly I realized I had one line of gas left. Yeah, this is gas. Well, this is my first stop, and before I leave, I figured I'd better write a poem. This poem is called Red. Red is the color of leaves sometimes, but it can be the color of other things too. It can be the color of red food, for example. Yes. Yes, it can. I feel fine. This was a good idea. I'm going to the Grand Canyon. Yeet. See you later, Brannon Kirk O'Neillers. Mississippi River! Mississippi River! Mississippi River! I am officially in Iowa, the land of the cows. Interesting. Grand Canyon, here I come! Hello, I've stopped again, and this time because I've found something notable that we should check out. Apparently Iowa has the world's largest truck stop, and it looks like this. So, if I had to give a review of the world's largest truck stop, I'd have to say that it's exactly what you'd expect the world's largest truck stop to be like. I have this apple, and I'm gonna drink some water. We are staying healthy. This stop's poem is called One for the Cows. Big stinky monsters go vroom down the road. I said moo, but I thought I was a toad. The air may be clear here, but it still doesn't smell too dear. And we know clean, said the slogan. Let's get a move on! Big news, driving is done for the day. I'd say this was a crazy success. I'm gonna go into the house where I'm staying tonight, which belongs to my aunt and uncle, which they graciously accepted that I would be staying at after my father said I was on my way. Haha! Here we are in the morning. I've written some more poems. So the poem I wrote last night is called Uncanny Stroll. In the depths of my soul is a really big hole called Moon, who walks all around before falling down and boink. This morning I wrote Mr. Rory the Eggs. I've got a basket filled with eggs. I call it Mr. Rory. I like to carry it into town and drop it on the floory. I wear a pickle on my head and bushes as my shoes, and if I feel especially happy, maybe I'll sing the blues. I don't have much, no, not a lot. I don't have much at all. I've only got like $1 billion, and also, I'm very tall. I was supposed to leave at 11, it's now 12:30. I've been trying to book an Airbnb since before 11. For some reason, they think that I'm a local to Wyoming, even though I'm from Illinois, and they think that I'm gonna throw a Halloween party when I get there, and so they won't let me book the room. Right now, they're waiting on engineers to fix their app for me. Hopefully that works out. Otherwise, I will be sleeping on the roadside. But yeah, I'm not too worried about it. I'm just gonna start driving. It was super fun to stay with my aunt and uncle. I got to see some cousins as well. That was nice. Stop barking, dogs. It's me. They're barking at me. I need to get hand sanitizer. Staying healthy, staying safe. Yeehaw. I got some hand sanitizer. I got 2 of them actually. These came highly recommended from the man inside the gas station. I'm ready to carry on this trip. Oh, by the way, I wrote 2 more poems. I'll read them later. I'm stopped in the middle of nowhere, surrounded by cornfields, waiting for a call from Airbnb tech support. Oh, why don't I read you guys these poems I wrote? I wrote 2, and they're both called Falling. Falling. Tears don't fall like rain. They fall like leaves, slowly. And then this one, Other Falling, I guess. I am a tree, and you are an axe because I am falling for you. So my map is taking me through Nebraska today, and I'm gonna stop in Wyoming. And then from there, the next day, I'll be making it to Utah, where I have some friends. I'll see my Utah friends. From there, it's straight on to Grand Canyon and Glory. Let's talk about music. What did I listen to yesterday? After King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard, I listened to Muse, their album Drones, just because I needed something to jam out to. I listened to the album, so there's this gospel choir sounding group called Truth, and they had like a 25th anniversary album that was live, super fun, praisey, worshipy, jamming out. My dad used to have it on a cassette tape. I listened to Sofi Tukker, one of her albums and one of her EPs, because I was like, you know, oh gosh, it's dark out, I'm kind of sleepy. Keep me awake, Sofi Tukker, just by thumping me in the brain with bass. So far on the trip this morning, I've been listening to Private Schoolboys, their EP and their new single, Play Dead. My plan is also to listen to more Avett Brothers today. I realized, what if it's pronounced Avett Brothers? I wouldn't even know. I'm also planning on listening to Marianas Trench on today's trip. I like them. I saw them live once, and you should just listen to the albums. That's all you need to do. No offense. I'm so sorry. I love your music. I'm driving a little over 8 hours today, and then I should have a 7-hour drive tomorrow. I was trying to show you guys, I got these weird bruises on my arm. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, it's that thing. I have another one on my other arm too. I got them at work for the past few days because my job is ending. All my stores that I work at are closing. So I've just been like tearing apart shelves. My arms just kept being right there, and so I bruised them very bad. If anybody knows of any available jobs, specifically I'm looking for work driving to the Grand Canyon, because that seems to be what I'm doing right now. Oh, maybe I should write a poem. Hey, just got off the phone with Airbnb. The one room still wasn't working. Oh, let's just try to book another one. And then that one went through. So now I have a room that's $20 more expensive. I had started writing a poem. I had written 1 word of a poem when he called, and that word was what. And so I've just committed to it, and I made a whole poem that's just what. That's what's so great about poetry, is there's really no limits. You can really just do anything. And if you call it art, everybody else has to deal with it. And I'm getting back on the road, dang it. Ladies and gentlemen, we have stopped in Walnut, Iowa. Let's go! There it is. Iowa, the wastelands. Oh, I have a sandwich. I should eat that. What's up? It's 4:30. I'm in Nebraska. I got 5.5 more hours. I'm stopped at this really shady gas station area. There's like a closed down restaurant. I used to live in Nebraska when I was like 3 or 4. How old was I, Mom? Was I 3 or was I 4? I ask her that here. That way when I watch this back with her, she'll answer me. Oh, to be honest, I didn't know people in Nebraska knew curse words. Something is coming up. I don't know what this is. What the heck is this? Holy smokes. Holy buckets. What kind of bridge? I'm gonna go underneath this. Epic! What the heck? Hello. It's freezing outside. I just filled up the car with gas again. I'm so close. We are in Wyoming now, I think. I just gotta say, this is crazy. I thought a little bit of snow was like amazing to find in Iowa, and I'm staring at a giant pile of snow. There it is. Snow. Well, here I am in an Airbnb after 8.5 hours of driving. It was a good day. I listened to some really fun albums on the ride. I listened to Give It Away by Gaither Vocal Band. I listened to this really cool album by NIKI, and the album was called MOONCHILD, and it was recommended to me by somebody whose taste in music I trust. I was just like, okay, this is a jam. I listened to God Is Good by the Gaither Vocal Band. I listened to Yeezus by Kanye West. Wyoming. It's covered in snow. It's freezing. Definitive proof that Wyoming might exist. Possibly. The jury's still out on this one. 8 in the morning, ready to get back on the road. Utah, baby. We're gonna make it there today. I listened to Eric's church the other day. So cursed. At one point he even says good old boy in a song. Why do I like it? I don't know why, but it's so good. Today we go to Utah. It's 6.5 hours of driving, so not as bad as yesterday. And I'm getting a nice early start, so I should be there with daylight still left, so maybe I can get some shots of cool scenery as I drive. First Airbnb experience was a complete success. Very nice. I think one of their dogs got sick with the diarrhea and spilled some of it on the floor all over the place. I sent them a message about it because I didn't want them to come downstairs and be like, a random man stayed in our house and now there's turds everywhere. I don't know if proper etiquette is, I will help you clean this, but I really don't think it is because I paid a $10 cleaning fee, so that crap's on them. Look at where I was. All this beautiful area. This is crazy because I stayed on Utah Road and now I'm going to actual Utah. I really like this kind of scenery. It's pretty. Oh, there's a mountain out there in the very far. Oh, I don't even know if you guys can see that. Goodbye. We've just been driving down for so long. My ears. My brain. I've been going straight down for so long. Okay, you can't see it, but my battery is like fully charged. This has never happened before. Okay, I'm having a couple thoughts right now. Wyoming, what the heck is the deal with these gas prices? $2.70? What? Gonna make me throw hands. Gonna make me fist fight ya. And this is such a barren wasteland. At every stop, they're like, oh, by the way, there's not gonna be another gas station for another 30 miles, so you better stop here. Anyways, it's been a good start of a trip. I've been listening to Fall Out Boy's first album. I listened to Thom Yorke's album, Anima. I was listening to an album by Milky Chance, which was recommended to me by the same person who recommended me NIKI. Very good, very milky, very chancy. I also listened to a bit of this album by this person called Karen Mock. That was really good driving music too. I'm gonna try to go on to the next gas stop to see if they're a bit cheaper. I don't feel like spending $2.79 on gas, but I am gonna make myself some breakfast. It is either 9 or 10 o'clock. I drove so far west, the hours are now different. I'm gonna make peanut butter toast for breakfast. The toast is gonna be cold. It's just gonna be peanut butter on bread. Wyoming is cursed. Get me to Utah. Still not fully convinced this place even exists. I just haven't seen definitive proof yet. This is like the healthy peanut butter, okay? It's got chunks of peanuts in it. Yeah, Trader Joe's, okay. Never heard of it. Check it out. That is peanut butter toast. I checked. Don't question it. You want another poem? It's called Breakfast of Champions. Who? Said the breakfast all aggressively. Hoo-ha! It was alarmingly shocking. Mr. Gooboo said, I'll wait till lunch. Miss Lola just ate the table instead. Breakfast is done and it's time to get a move on. It's getting hot here. I got the sun beating down on me, punching me, assaulting me. Good news. I drove a little further and I found a good gas station. It was $2.30 instead of $2.70. I count that as a win, even though it was $2.10 back home in Illinois. That doesn't make any sense, Wyoming. There's really no reason to go to Wyoming. Bottom line is, I got gas that was cheaper and I got mandarins. And I'm back on the road. Let's go. Welcome to Utah, baby! Hey, I made it to the house. I feel disgusting. I feel like I need to run 10 miles just to feel normal again. But anyways, I'm gonna go inside now.
For real?
Yeah, dude.
That's a little wild. Yeah, dude. It's been like that.
Yo, there it is. Okay. It looks like he's just floating there.
Well, dude, he's just floating there.
Or she. What a vibe.
Friggin' home. Oh fuck. Yeah, you try so these are really popular cookies from Shanghai.
Yeah, that sounds right.
But it was like, if you had noodles too, it was like, I just want the noodles.
Piece of garbage bowl. I'm letting it on the bowl. It's the bowl, dude.
The bowls, really. Yeah.
Little darts and take it back to him. We're actually
The little darts? No, we're talking about the bazooka.
Blessed shot, dude. Oh my god.
So apparently there is a bat.
It mowed the entire town.
Wow. Like
And-
the buildings too?
Everything.
Like
and
everything, cars?
it has been a ghost town ever since.
Wow.
And it's all gated off. And if you get close enough, some say you can still hear the mowers spurt.
Wait.
Why didn't it just go someplace else to mow?
Because, FBI got involved really fast. They, like, domed it off. Like, The Simpsons, the dome? It's
Wait.
kinda like that.
Is that true?
Yeah, it's true.
Oh. Frick, it really makes you think.
It was pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, so just be careful. Because if you get too attached to something and do it every day, when you no longer do it, it misses it and it grows its own soul and it takes over everything.
Bizarre crimes in the annals of American history. The Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Yo, haven't been filming much on account of being in Utah with my friends. I'm leaving right now. I'm gonna drive through Zion National Park on my way down towards the Grand Canyon. I'm driving about 4 or 5 hours, and part of that's gonna be through Zion. Hopefully I can stop at like a gift shop or something. Green mountain tree, mountain looking mountain freak thing. Mount Zion National Park. Just chilling in Cedar Rapids. Okay, we are driving through Zion National Park right now. Apparently in 5 miles there's a famous tunnel that I'm gonna get to see. Yay, famous tunnels. I wonder what it did that made it so famous. Pretty generic, pretty basic. Not a lot to see here, if I'm gonna be honest. Today on the drive down to here, I listened to the Les Mis live 10th anniversary thing. That was very good. I listened to The Killers, Battleborn. So, here we are, Zion. I went to the gift shop, I got a hat. I don't know if it's gonna fit, it might look stupid. I didn't try it on, because I hate trying stuff on and looking at myself in the mirror with people around who could see me do that. Like, that's embarrassing, dude. That's like seriously embarrassing. Like, so cringe. Oh. You don't just know if it'll look good on you or not. You gotta try it on in front of everybody and stare at yourself in a mirror in public. Ugh, cringe. Why the heck would you do that? Oh my gosh, where does this road even go? Grand Canyon? More like Journey to Zion, right? Speed limit said 75 earlier on the interstate, so why are we going so slow right now? Here we come. There was a sign back there that said this tunnel is a mile long. This tunnel has everything. It has curves. It has straight parts. It's under a mountain. Oh snap, there's like a window. A window in the tunnel, let's go. That's sick. What you're seeing here is first ever footage of the Zion tunnel. I'm capturing this. I just realized the car in front of me is from California. I'm from Illinois. What's up, California? Should we fight? What the heck? Get me out of here! I demand freedom. We may never see light again. Okay, so to everyone asking, this is what the outside of the tunnel looks like. I just got out of the tunnel, and this is what the outside of the tunnel looks like. It sucks. This is so lame. This is so boring. I'm so bored. I'm yawning right now. What is this? Zion National Park? Okay. Yo, we made it through Zion. 30 more minutes left of driving. Yay! Just gonna do some jumps. Inside the Airbnb, I'm now in Arizona, no longer in Utah. But I did drive back into Utah to go to the grocery store and then drive back into Arizona because I'm literally that close to the edge right now. I didn't know that states lived right next to each other like that. I have some celery. It's dripping on my pants. My car is telling me that I require oil maintenance soon. Today is the day we reach the Grand Canyon. The bathroom here doesn't lock, and that kind of stressed me out, but I shoved rugs underneath the door so that it couldn't open. What's up, Brandon Kirk O'Neillers? Here I am. Like 4 hours to get to the Grand Canyon. I'll get there. I'll film myself reacting to it like, oh my gosh! And then I'll drive home for 25 hours. Here I am at a gas station! I'm gonna get some gas. Okay. Okay, no, you get gas first. No, you get gas first. Oh gosh, what am I doing? I ended up buying these earrings. I'm scared to put them on by myself though. I feel like I need moral support to do this. Let's hit the road. Let's punch it with our fists. Let's beat it to death. Almost drove off without talking about the music that I listened to. I started off this morning with David Phelps's The Voice because I love that album. And then I was listening to Celine Dion's one album where she's on the cover like, you know the one. Big old mountain boys. Hi, I made it here. I'm at the entrance. My car is saying oil maintenance required. It's not saying oil maintenance required soon anymore. How can I explain to my car that I'm at the Grand Canyon and not anywhere near Toyota of Naperville? Hi, I'm at the Grand Canyon now, parked. I haven't gone and seen it yet. I figured maybe to go and see it first I should put on these earrings. What's the worst that could happen anyway? I gotta get these off somehow. Oh. Ow, why? Why hurt? Just talked to the Toyota dealership in Naperville. They said I need to check the oil and make sure that I have plenty, but that otherwise it's probably just alerting me that I need my tires rotated. Sure, Jan. I'm just kidding. I think I believe them. Why is there blood on this ear, dude? Ew. I guess I really botched it up when I shoved that one in last time. Oh, geez, there's blood on this one too, Rick. What the heck? Did I do that? I stabbed my ears? Just relax, okay? I'm gonna figure it out. Ow, 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 dude. Why does that hurt so much? This is not fun. I'm upset. Let's go for the other ear. Ooh, ooh, yeah. Well, that one went in fine. Jeez Louise, it's hot in here now. Frick. Where is the back end? Oh, I'm stabbing something. It's just wiggling around inside of my ear, poking holes and causing blood and pain. Whose idea was this? Besides mine. Frick, dude. I need help. Covered in blood. Oh, I did it. Get in there, you stupid frickin' thing. Ugh. Oh, heck yeah. I'm vibing with this. Let's look at the Grand Canyon. I'm like 5 minutes away. Act natural. What the heck? Holy smokes.
No. But people do.
This place is big time. So, I've just looked at the Grand Canyon. I got a Grand Canyon hat with an owl on it. Owls are cool. I need Wi-Fi because I have to book a room for tonight. And it is 2 o'clock. A lot of things are going well for me right now. I'm also really hungry today. I wasn't hungry yesterday at all, but today I am hungry. I ate celery for breakfast and mandarins. What's up? I just booked the room. I managed to get enough bars. Now, I'm gonna walk back to the Grand Canyon, walk along the rim trail, try to find a restaurant to eat at. Driving up here, I listened to Kanye West's 808s and Heartbreak, and then I listened to Stadium Arcadium by Red Hot Chili Peppers. I listened to Rubber Soul by the Beatles, which was just... I can't believe I actually made it. This place is crazy. Wow. Wow. I went out there on that thing earlier. Just more canyon stuff, that's all. Right there. Not like a big deal or anything. Whew. It's time for me to go. I've seen it. I don't have to look at it anymore. There it is. There's the Toyota Prius that got me here. Time to check its oil. It looks like I'm okay. Let's get out of here. This is crazy. I got the turkey sandwich because it had avocado on it. And then I got a Reuben over there. Mukbang. Second mukbang. Good morning. It's the next day. My phone died last night, so I didn't film anything. That's what you get. Today I'm driving 12 hours to Dodge City, Kansas. It's gonna be the longest day of driving, so if I'm gonna go crazy, today's the day. I had avocado toast for breakfast last night. I listened to some Steve Green. I listened to some Childish Gambino because the internet. I realized that I haven't been reading poems as much, but I've still been writing poems. I'm gonna read some to you now to make up for the times that I didn't read them to you because I was in a hurry. So it's called Swim. Water is like paper. It's flat and you can jump in it, but be careful, you could cut your feet. This works because we saw a knife in the water. I wrote this poem called Two Cats. I want to ride a bike. I can pedal with my feet. I can steer with my hands. I can watch where I'm going with my eyes. I can sit on the seat with my butt. All that I need is a bike. That's all that I need to ride a bike. This is may be my masterpiece, okay? This is a romantic poem. And it's called Chew Me. Chop off my kneecaps and keep them in your pocket. I want you to have them. I want you to own my joints. I want you to possess my kidneys. This poem here, it's called Light Fixture. The cave is made of rock, and it only has one sock. This is actually a sad story. This poem is called Chomp. Beeforama, taste so much, hungry for hunger, tasteless touching, touching nothing, eating fear, chewing, eat, eat, eat. This is a poem that I wrote at the Grand Canyon. There is a hole in front of me made of rock, and it looks like what you'd expect, except it's the biggest thing you've ever seen. I'm gonna try to drive through the Petrified Forest National Park here in Arizona while I'm here. I'm gonna try to put my other earrings back in. I'm scared. That ear has gone in super easily, first try. This ear is cursed. Ow, 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 ah! Stupid freaking ear. Why you, huh? Oh gosh, it went through. I just need you guys to catch a glimpse of this Wigwam Motel. It's like the scene from Cars where they're staying in caution cones, except this one is using Native American culture. Oh gosh. Welcome to Arizona! So this is the Petrified Forest. It looks absolutely petrified. I had to stop again because this view is kind of nice. Kind of cringe too. One more stop because we got to make this place worth our while. Otherwise, I mean, what's the point? Oh geez, big bugs. Big bugs out here today. Standing right up next to all that jazz. All this jazz over here. This is what I like to call a jazzy national park because of all the jazz. Welcome to New Mexico! I have 7.5 hours left. This poem is called Mr. Rogers' Romance. Old Mr. Roger wanted a kiss, so he went and said to his miss, "Hey darling, please give me a smack on the lips." Well, she hit him so hard it hurt her fingertips. That's not what I meant, said Mr. Roger. Oklahoma! What's good? I'm only in Oklahoma for a little bit, and yeah, alright. Yo, on the longest day, this is actually only my 3rd stop. I filled up with gas again. I was only at half full, but I figure I got 2.5 hours left. Just fill up with gas now, and I can make it the whole rest of the way. Just fine. I listened to a lot of great music today, and I haven't told you guys about it at all. I started off the day listening to Christmas music. I listened to both Gaither vocal band Christmas albums. Still the Greatest Story Ever Told was their first Christmas album, and that is probably one of my favorite albums of all time, and one of my favorite Christmas albums of all time, and one of my favorite Gaither vocal band albums of all time. I love it. Then I listened to Michael Bublé's Christmas album. Then I listened to a Michael W. Smith Christmas album. I have no clue which one. He's got like 15 billion of them. I listened to Ben Folds' acapella album. I listened to Fun's first album, Aim and Ignite, and then I listened to Some Nights by Fun because I needed more of Nate Roos's sweet, sweet vocals. Then I listened to my favorite Gaither vocal band album of all time, which is Acapella. I listened to Black Veil Brides, the album with In the End on it. I needed to wake myself up. While I have you here, I need to talk to you guys about the most ridiculous thing that I kept seeing all through Arizona and parts of New Mexico. They would have these signs up that said, "Strong winds may exist," and "Dust storms may exist." Don't you mean to say something like, warning potential strong winds, warning potential dust storms? Like, why are you saying dust storms may exist like you're not sure, but like you think you might be onto something? What is that about? I don't get that. It was just such weird wording. Dust storms may exist next 10 miles. Why wouldn't you say caution, danger of dust storms next 10 miles? Something like that. Is it like supposed to be up for debate? The jury is still out on dust storms and gusts of wind. We're not sure if those exist, but maybe. It was so funny. Every time I saw a sign, I was like, what is going on? What strange world am I living in right now, where they're not sure if dust storms and gusts of wind exist? The poem that I wrote sitting here is called Only Darkness. In the dark where eyes glow like batteries and everything else is gone, there are many mysterious hidden things. One of those things is a pair of socks I left there. It's like 9:30 or 9:40, and I've made it to Kansas. I'm in the room. I feel like hot garbage. Tomorrow is 8 hours of driving, and then the day after that is like 4.5 hours of driving. And then I'm back. Good morning. Dawning of another day. Another question of, will he make it home or not? I'm not 100% sure, but today we're gonna try. Let's get out of Kansas. Oh! New plans are happening all around us. I've decided to drive all the way home tonight. Some stuff has come up and I just need to get home. My new estimated time arrival, 10 o'clock. I'm ready for this, you know, because this makes today the last day of driving. What have I listened to today? I listened to Fleetwood Mac's album Tusk, which I think the song Tusk itself slaps so hard. There's some song called like Sisters of the Moon or something like that that's so good. After that, I listened to Gaither vocal band, Lovin' Life for a little bit. I listened to a Volbeat album. I've been listening to Justin Timberlake's 2020 Experience. The album is fun because it's so eerily good, and I remember when the song Mirror was that huge phenomenon back in like 2013. And it's like the album disappeared off the face of the earth. Nobody talks about 2020 Experience anymore. I don't know if anybody listens to it anymore. I might be the only one who still listens to that album, and I only listen to it like once a year. Case in point, this is my first time listening to it this year, I think. But, oh my gosh, why do I like it so much? He's got the most cursed lyrics. This man is in a convertible spaceship in space. It really hits the spot. I just need albums that are gonna be interesting enough to keep me awake at this point, and whenever I put that album on, I'm just mesmerized by it. And every song is like 8 minutes long. Justin Timberlake. That rant was out of pocket. I think I have about 6 hours left of driving now. It's gonna be fine. This one's called Reaching. I stretch my arms across the miles to reach you. My ears are hollow, copper on my tongue. I belong in the lost and found. I'm out of Kansas. I think I went through Missouri. I'm in Iowa now. I have 3.5 hours left of driving, and then this entire trip is over, as if it never happened. Things are starting to feel familiar again. I know what you're all wondering, and it's what music has he been listening to for the very end of his trip? Well, I listened to Justin Timberlake's 2020 experience, and I ended up listening to Beyonce's The Gift, which is super fun. And then I was like, I need more Justin Timberlake. So I listened to the Mountain Man album, which is not quite as good as the 2020 experience. And now I'm listening to, I realized there's like a bonus disc of 2020 experience. I'm listening to that. And then I was gonna listen to another one of his older albums after this, because maybe the biggest takeaway from the Grand Canyon trip is that I really like Justin Timberlake, okay? And that's fine. Done for the day. If you hear the fans, it's because it's freezing in my car for some reason. Yeah. Cool. So, I'm back. In a way, it doesn't feel like it actually even happened. But I really did go to the Grand Canyon and back again. And now I am back again. For the last bit of the trip, I was listening to old Roger Bennett songs by the Cathedrals in Legacy 5. And then as I pulled onto me old classic street and was about 5 minutes away, I listened to Up Is Down from Pirates of the Caribbean 3 soundtrack and One Day, also from the Pirates of the Caribbean 3 soundtrack. And that's what brought me home. Did I mention that I own the complete Pirates of the Caribbean series on Blu-ray and DVD and VHS? Because I do. If I could say one thing to sum it up, it would be this. You can never go so far that you can't come back. Good night.